Why did the penis get a job at a bakery? Because it needed the dough. Now let's knead into a topic that's been rising in discussions. Does penis size really matter? It's an age-old question, one that's been tossed around in locker rooms, whispered over cocktails, and even debated in scientific circles. We live in a society where men are often judged by the size of their, baguettes. But let's slice into this, shall we? Picture this, a man named John, with a penis that might not win any size contests, but who became a master baker. John's bread, pastries, and cakes are renowned far and wide. His secret? He kneads the dough with precision, not with power. His story is a testament that success isn't dictated by size. So, remember, just like our baker, it's not about the size of the tool, but how you use it. What's the difference between a large penis and a good joke? Women can't get a good joke about penis size. Now, let's explore the concept of size versus skill. When it comes to the great debate of size versus skill, many people get caught up in the numbers game. But let's take a moment to consider another perspective, shall we? Picture a concert pianist. This isn't your average musician. No, this is a maestro, a virtuoso. Now, this pianist isn't a towering figure. In fact, he's rather petite. But what he lacks in physical stature, he makes up for in skill. When he takes to the stage, the audience is captivated. His fingers dance across the keys, producing melodies that echo through the grand concert hall. His performance is a symphony of skill, not a testament to his size. And the audience? They're left in awe of his talent. Now let's apply this to our ongoing debate. Imagine if this pianist was judged solely on his size. Would his performance be any less impressive? The answer is a resounding no, because it's not the size of the pianist that matters, it's the skill with which he plays. The same principle applies in the bedroom. In the throes of passion, it's not the size that will leave your partner breathless, it's the skill with which you play your instrument. It's about understanding the rhythm, the tempo, the melody of the moment. It's about creating a symphony of pleasure that leaves your partner wanting for an encore. So, the next time you find yourself caught in the size versus skill debate, remember our petite pianist. His performance wasn't made any less impressive because of his size, but rather, it was his skill that left the audience awestruck. In conclusion, size might make for a good punchline, but when it comes to sexual satisfaction, skill is the real game changer. As our petite musician shows, it's the skill that makes the performance, not the size of the instrument. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. But when it comes to penis size, what does science say? Well, buckle up, folks, because we're about to dive into the world of scientific studies on penis size and sexual satisfaction. Picture this: Dr. Measure, a dedicated scientist who, believe it or not, devoted his entire career to studying this topic. His lab was filled with graphs, charts, and yes, even molds. He was on a mission to answer the age-old question, does size really matter? After many years of meticulous research and countless awkward conversations at dinner parties, Dr. Measure concluded that penis size is far less important than skill and intimacy in determining sexual satisfaction. His findings were consistent with numerous other scientific studies, which have found that size isn't the be-all and end-all when it comes to sexual pleasure. So, according to science, atoms might make up everything, but size doesn't make up for everything. What do you call a cheap circumcision? A rip-off. But when it comes to the big question, does size matter? Are we getting ripped off? Now let's recap our journey. We started with a tale of 2 inches, delving into the world of size and perception. We found that sometimes, size can be a bit overrated, and it's not always about the length of the story, but rather the quality of its content. Then we sailed into the sea of skill versus size, where we discovered that the artistry of love isn't measured in inches, but in the mastery of the craft. We learned that the real magic lies in the connection, the chemistry, and the skill to make every moment count. Science stepped in and echoed our sentiments, emphasizing that emotional connection and compatibility far outweigh physical dimensions. So folks, remember, it's not the size of the ship, but the motion of the ocean. Or in our case, it's not about the size of the joke, but how you deliver it.